and you could see those eggs coming right out of her. Immediately when I press, you can see the sperm shot out, and yes, I'm shirtless because so you guys know I'm trying to breed my goldfish, and guess what I found this morning? A bunch of eggs inside GigaChad's tank, and I'm assuming it came from this female who I'm thinking I'm gonna name Stacy, and I saw GigaChad and the other goldfish chasing around Stacy, pushing the eggs out of her. For those of you that don't know, the way goldfish breed is that the female releases a pheromone that makes the males go crazy and chase around the female and knock out all the eggs out of her, and then the males release sperm on those eggs and fertilize them. So when you spot this behavior and you're trying to breed goldfish, the next step is to set up a little tank with some tank water and get the female and lightly press on the belly of the female. When you do this, she's going to release a bunch of eggs. It's kind of hard to see because of the camera angle, but I pulled her out of the water and gave a slight push on her abdomen, and you could see those eggs coming right out of her. And you basically want to lightly push and then release, lightly push and release, and once the eggs basically stop coming out and you give it a light press and there's no eggs that are coming out, you can safely assume that you got a majority of the eggs out of her, and you can replace the female back into the tank, and then you're going to get the male goldfish. I chose GigaChad as the male because I love him, and he was full of sperm. Immediately when I press, you can see the sperm shot out, and I think he released more than enough to fertilize these eggs. When releasing the sperm from the male goldfish, I find that you really have to press on either side of the vent to really get the sperm to come out, whereas on the female goldfish you really have to press right behind the vent and on the either sides of the belly to get the eggs out. You want to continue to press until the male is basically out of milt or sperm and they're not really releasing anymore. So after you have this mixture of eggs and sperm, I really just like to let it sit for a little bit. I do put an air stone in there as well, and I like to have the water volume be very little because I want a high concentration of that sperm in the water so I can really ensure that, you know, as many eggs as possible can get fertilized. And yes, I'm shirtless because I woke up right out of bed and I immediately go and check my fish to see if they're breeding. So I didn't even have time to get dressed because as soon as I saw the chasing and I saw the eggs, I said, it's go time. I got to get these fish bred. And then I filled up the water with fresh water. I like to not remove the sperm water yet. I like to let it sit there, but I like to make it a little more diluted so the eggs don't rot, because that dirty spermish water in a high concentration can really make the eggs rot. You do want to add a heater. You want it to be roughly around 80-ish degrees. I set this one just a little bit lower because it gets a little hotter in the greenhouse, and I wanted a little bit of wiggle room to prevent it from overheating once it got really hot in the middle of the day. If I did everything correctly, I should have some baby goldfish in a couple days. I added a little more methylene blue. Methylene blue is really good at helping prevent fungus. So we'll see how these eggs are over the next couple days. Hopefully, I did it all correctly. I've done this multiple times before successfully, and we should get, you know, hundreds of baby Ranchu goldfish. I don't know. I'll keep you guys updated.